a version of hole punches or stitching chisels. On the packaging, it does show that there is hand sewing and some whip stitching on there. Let's have a look at these. We're going to pull the packaging apart. So in 4mm spacing, usually what that means, they feel quite nice. So we've got a 6-prong, a 4-prong and a 2-prong. So these will actually punch holes. So we're not looking at a diamond stitching chisel, and we're not looking at a stitching iron. So I'll show you the difference between those things. Pricking iron, got videos on these. Pricking iron, diamond shape, these ones. Pricking iron is made to mark holes on the leather. So it's a tapered point, so it's not straight up, straight down. The stitching chisel is made to go all the way through, so this goes straight through the material, leaving the same sort of diamond cross section. Not sure if you can see them, but hopefully you can see the difference, that this gets wider the deeper the cut would go, and this stays exactly the same. I use things like these all the time for my hand sewing. There will be some videos on these linked. You can also get some with wider teeth. You can also get some with very expensive teeth. Does it make a difference how much you spend on them? A little bit. And then you can also get something that just punches holes, which I don't think I've actually got a 4-prong hole punch. Never used them. You get something like this, which is a lacing chisel, which had an accident. Don't really use that one either. But these are made to punch holes. And if we look back at the template, they're probably similar sorts of holes. Yeah, the same hole sizing to what these are. So if you are going to be using these sorts of templates, these would probably be quite good because you can sort of mark on them, punch through. So let's have a look at what sort of holes these leave. I'm just going to do the 4-prong one because I found that that tends to be quite a good size. So if you do a 2-prong, it's going to go through really quickly because there's only 2 things to push. If you're doing a 6-prong, it's going to take a little bit more effort to push through because it's 6 prongs. Tines, punches. No. So I'm going to try with the 4. Not going to worry about any stitching lines or anything like that. I just want to see what it looks like. And then if we pull that off, nope, stuck, really good. So how I have pulling blocks, got videos on them. So you'd either push this to the side. So what you want to be doing is sliding the leather off of the chisel. You're not pulling, I don't see people like pulling backwards and forwards. So use something like a pulling block. My pulling blocks, piece of wood. What I'd normally do is push that on, it comes straight off. These are much easier to get off because you've A, removed material, and B, it's a taper, so it gets narrower closer to the end. So let's try it with the 6, and we'll use this to pull it out with if we need to. So we can either line up and carry on a straight line, which is how we would keep things in line, or I'm just going to move over here. Okay, so we can see it's gone through because it's picked up the sacrificial piece underneath. I've gone through a little bit. I'm going to give that another hit. We can see if we pull it, it starts to pucker. So what we want to do, that fits over both sides, so we give an equal pressure and straight out. So that is quite useful for that, but also that's a piece of old packaging. There's a bit of wood that was around some metal framing that I just threw in the laser cutter to give it some straight edges. So is this worth getting? Maybe for the price, a couple of quid, quite robust. It's got your radius markings on there, which they genuinely can be quite useful, especially if you're prototyping, making designs, and you can use it as a pulling block. Keep it. Am I going to use it? Maybe. Probably not. Back to these hole punches. Are they any good? So I'm not a big fan of removing material in general. So if I show you this, so it's much easier to go through, even though it's a long one. It's gone all the way through. Slide the leather off the chisel. Down. So this hasn't removed any material, it's just punctured it and given us a nice angle, which means that when you're stitching, it'll gently start to close in itself and hold your thread tighter. Also, when you've got some thread on here, we've got any sort of, there's a glover's needle, be careful. So when I'm stitching with this, there's a glover's needle, do not stab yourself. So when I'm stitching with this, the thread will automatically lay on an angle. So it's off of the main sort of pull. You can see that's going on a slight angle because it's going from this bottom corner of this first one up to the top corner of the second one. When we do a saddle stitch, we intend for this to happen more so. You can see there's an angle here. The problem with putting holes into things, and the benefit of this is, if I pull too tight, it's not just going to sort of rip through. Whereas if I'm just using holes, and I know we're getting semantics of hand sewing here, but if you don't want to get into semantics of stuff, you shouldn't have come to this channel. Glover's needle, what makes it glover's needle? It's really sharp, whereas a normal hand sewing needle isn't. It's got 3 edges to it and it's made to go through sort of glover's leather. So if we look at this, we can see that's just a straight line. So you don't get that nice uniformity that you'd get in a normal saddle stitch. So that's the nice angle that I was talking about. You don't get that on this, it's just a straight line. And if you pull, if it's under tension too much, you'll get a significant pucker. And because you're giving it directional tension and force, you're more likely to rip through this gap. Because if you're pulling in this direction, that's where the weak point is. Whereas if you're pulling in this direction, because of how the thread lies on a saddle stitch, on an angle, so you reduce the amount of force there. I don't know by how much, but it's enough that it won't rip your stitching. If you don't really care about any of that, because some of these stitching chisels are quite expensive, and if you just want to be making some things to be putting out and getting used to making stuff, and you want to use holes instead of diamonds, etc., are these any good? Yeah, they probably are. Am I going to keep them? Yeah, I'll keep them in my collection of stitching chisels, etc., pricking irons. Keep them in here with all of these, plus all the other ones that I've got. Am I going to use them? I don't really see a need in using them, but when it comes to teaching people, they could be a really good tool to help teach people.